the floor where they drop like bombs. Faceless voices running all the cons. Digital whispers in a binary night. No light, no face, pure sound, no sight. Stories unfold in the dark, unscrolled. Echoes of silence, secrets untold. Waves crash loud in this audio cave. No mic, no fame, just the sound we crave. Tune and turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just a vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. In shadows, voices untamed. No need for spotlight, no claim to fame. Just a beat of life in a stream of thought. Every word a punchline, no need to be taught. Just listen close, no visuals needed. Raw conversation, unprocessed, unseated. Feel the pulse in every sentence said. No distractions, just thoughts in your head. Whispers of the streets, rumbling through. Faceless yet vivid, a world in view. No mic, just souls, connecting in flow. Pure and raw, let the rhythm go.
Merritt Ruhlen 1944–2021 was an American linguist primarily known for his work on the genetic classification of languages and his advocacy for the Proto-World Language hypothesis, also known as monogenesis. This hypothesis posits that all human languages can be traced back to a single common ancestor, often referred to as a mother tongue or Proto-Sapiens. Frank Merritt Ruhlen was born on May 10, 1944. He pursued his education at several institutions, including Rice University, the University of Paris, the University of Illinois, and the University of Bucharest, where he studied as a Fulbright Fellow. He ultimately received his PhD in 1973 from Stanford University, with his dissertation focusing on the generative analysis of Romanian morphology. Following his doctoral studies, Ruhlen spent several years as a research assistant on the Stanford Universals Project, which was directed by Joseph Greenberg and Charles Ferguson. Merritt Ruhlen's academic journey culminated in his PhD dissertation in 1973 from Stanford University, titled A Generative Analysis of Romanian Morphology. This work focused on examining the structure of Romanian word forms and their internal rules, employing a generative approach, which in linguistics refers to a framework that seeks to define a finite set of rules capable of generating all well-formed structures in a language. This kind of analysis typically delves into how prefixes, suffixes, and root words combine and change to create new meanings and grammatical functions within a language. Following his dissertation and his involvement with the Stanford Universals Project, Ruhlen began publishing more broadly, starting with a Guide to the Languages of the World 1975. This book provided a substantial overview of language classifications and phonological systems for hundreds of languages, serving as a precursor to his more comprehensive 1987 work. He also contributed The Geographical and Genetic Distribution of Linguistic Features 1976 to a collection honoring Joseph Greenberg, showcasing his early alignment with Greenberg's broad comparative methods. Following his dissertation, Ruhlen's work quickly broadened into the field of global language classification. His early papers, while not explicitly detailed in the provided context beyond his collaboration on the Stanford Universals Project, likely began to reflect his growing interest in the broader genetic relationships between languages. This project itself, directed by Joseph Greenberg and Charles Ferguson, focused on identifying linguistic universals features common to all human languages and laying the groundwork for broader classifications. This experience undoubtedly shaped Ruhlen's subsequent work, which championed Greenberg's mass comparison method for identifying large-scale language families. These early contributions laid the foundation for his later, more widely known publications on Proto-World and the deep classification of languages. After his early research and time with the Stanford Universals Project, Merritt Ruhlen went on to publish several significant works. One of his major contributions was A Guide to the World's Languages, Volume I, Classification in 1987. This book offered a comprehensive classification of the world's languages and provided a detailed analysis of the genetic classification of languages, including a defense of Joseph Greenberg's controversial taxonomic methods. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, Ruhlen delved deeper into the Amarand macrofamily, publishing articles such as Nostrata Camarand Cognates 1989, Phylogenetic Relations of Native American Languages 1990, and the Amarand Phylum and the Prehistory of the New World 1991. These works, often in collaboration with Joseph Greenberg, sought to demonstrate deep genetic connections among the indigenous languages of the Americas, frequently drawing parallels with Eurasian language families. A notable collaboration with Joseph H. Greenberg was Linguistic Origins of Native Americans 1992, published in Scientific American, which brought their controversial Amarand hypothesis to a wider audience. He followed this with two books in 1994, The Origin of Language, Tracing the Evolution of the Mother Tongue, and On the Origin of Languages, Studies in Linguistic Taxonomy. While sharing similar themes and titles, The Origin of Language was aimed at a general audience, explaining language classification methods in simpler terms, while On the Origin of Languages was a more academic collection of his scholarly essays, further detailing and defending his principles of genetic classification. Other notable papers from the mid-1990s include A Note on Amarand Pronouns 1995, Proto-Amarand Qets Left Hand, 1995, and Proto-Amarand Numerals 1995, all published in Mother Tongue, a journal dedicated to long-range linguistic comparison. He also explored interdisciplinary connections in worldwide analysis of genetic and linguistic relationships of human populations 1995, co-authored with Zhongtian Chen and Robert R. Sokol, and Linguistic Evidence for Human Prehistory 1995 in the Cambridge Archaeological Journal. Towards the late 1990s and early 2000s, Ruhlen continued to publish on macrofamily connections and the implications for human prehistory, as seen in Multi-Regional Evolution or Out of Africa, The Linguistic Evidence 1996 and Some Unanswered Linguistic Questions 2000. Ruhlen also became a co-founder of the Evolution of Human Languages project in 2001, collaborating with Murray Gell-Mann and Sergei Starostin, which aimed to trace the historical relationships of the world's languages and organize them into a genealogical tree. He continued to publish numerous articles in journals, books, and encyclopedias throughout his career, often revisiting and rebutting what he considered misconceptions within historical linguistics and consistently advocating for the proto-world language hypothesis. In 2005, a significantly expanded version of his 1975 work, A Guide to the Languages of the World, was published on the Santa Fe Institute website, reflecting his ongoing commitment to compiling and analyzing global linguistic data. He also took on roles as an advisor to the Genographic Project from 2005 onwards and held an appointment as a visiting professor at the City University of Hong Kong. A notable publication after 2001 was the Amarand Etymological Dictionary, co-authored with Joseph H. Greenberg, which was a revision and extension of the lexical and grammatical evidence for the Amarand linguistic family. 3 This work further solidified his collaboration and commitment to Greenberg's taxonomic approach, particularly for the languages of the Americas. In 2011, Ruhlen, in collaboration with Murray Gell-Mann, published a significant paper in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences titled The Origin and Evolution of Word Order. This paper put forth the argument that the ancient proto-language, from which most modern languages are believed to descend, likely had a subject-object-verb-SOV sentence structure. He also contributed to research exploring the interconnections between linguistics, genetics, and archaeology. For instance, in 2015, he co-authored a paper titled A Comparison of Worldwide Phonemic and Genetic Variation in Human Populations in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, further illustrating his multidisciplinary approach to understanding human history. Merritt Ruhlen passed away on April 28, 2021, at the age of 76. At the time of his death, he was still actively involved in his research as an associate director of the Evolution of Human Languages program at the Santa Fe Institute. His passing marked the end of a career dedicated to the deep classification of languages and the advocacy for a single origin of human language. Bibliography: Bateman, Richard, Goddard, Ives, O'Grady, Richard, Funk, Vamooi, Rich, Kress, Joe, Cannell, Peter. February 1990, Speaking of Forked Tongues, Current Anthropology, 31-1, The Wenner-Gren Foundation for Anthropological Research, The University of Chicago Press, 1-24, doi 10.1086 200 S2 SID 537027764. Bankson, John D. Ruhlen, Merritt 1994, Global Etymologies PDF, in Ruhlen, Merritt ed. On the Origin of Languages, Studies in Linguistic Taxonomy, Stanford, Stanford University Press, pages 277-336, p. 291 and Note 3, ISBN 978-0-8047-2321-3, Cavalli Sforza, Luigi Luca, Piazza, Alberto, Minazzi, Paolo, Mountain, Joanna. 1988, Reconstruction of Human Evolution, Bringing Together Genetic, Archaeological, and Linguistic Data, PNAS, 8516, National Academy of Sciences, 6002-6006, Bibcode 1988 PNAS.85.6002C, doi 10.1073 NAS.85.16.6002, ISSN 1091-6490, PMC 200 and 81893, PMID 316-6138. Chen, Zhongtian, Sokol, Robert R. Ruhlen, Merritt 1995, Worldwide Analysis of Genetic and Linguistic Relationships of Human Populations, Human Biology, 67-4, Wayne State University Press, 595-612, ISSN 0018-7143, PMID 764-9533. Kessler, Brett 2001, The Significance of Word Lists, Statistical Tests for Investigating Historical Connections Between Languages, Stanford, CSLI Publications, University of Chicago Press, ISBN 978-1-57586-299-6. Picard, Mark. 1998, The Case Against Global Etymologies, Evidence from Algonquian, International Journal of American Linguistics, 64-2, New York, Douglas E. McMurtry, 141-147, doi 10.1086 466353, ISSN 0020-7071, S2 SID 143055930. Poser, Bill. June 10, 2004. Kusanda. Language Log Mailing List. Retrieved May 2, 2007. Reinhard, Yuan 1976, Journal of the Institute of Nepal Asian Studies, 4, Tribhuvan University, 1-21 citation, missing or empty title equals help. Reinhard, Yuan, Toba, Tim 1970, A Preliminary Linguistic Analysis and Vocabulary of the Kusanda Language, Kirtipur, Summer Institute of Linguistics and Tribhuvan University, OCLC, 650,443. Ruhlen, Merritt 1975, A Guide to the Languages of the World, Stanford, OCLC, 194-0981. Ruhlen, Merritt 1987, A Guide to the World's Languages, Volume 1, Classification, Stanford, Stanford University Press, ISBN 978-0-8047-1250-7. Ruhlen, Merritt 1994a, The Origin of Language, Tracing the Evolution of the Mother Tongue, New York, John Wiley & Sons, ISBN 978-0-471-58426-1. Ruhlen, Merritt 1994b, On the Origin of Languages, Studies in Linguistic Taxonomy, Stanford, Stanford University Press, ISBN 978-0-8047-2321-3. Ruhlen, Merritt 1994c, Evolution of Language, in Macy, Sam ed. Encyclopedia of Time New York, Garland Science, Bibcode 1994 enti.book.m, ISBN 978-0-8153-0615-3. Ruhlen, Merritt. 1994 E plus CA Change, plus C'est la même chose. Mother Tongue Newsletter of the Association for the Study of Language in Prehistory, November 1994, 23. OCLC, 353155526. Ruhlen, Merritt 1994 F. Review of Linguistic Diversity in Space and Time by Johanna Nichols, Anthropo, 89, Anthropo Institute, 640-641, ISSN 0257-9774. Ruhlen, Merritt. 1995 A Proto-Amerind Numerals. Anthropological Science, January 1995, 103-3, 209-225. Tokyo, Anthropological Society of Nippon. ISSN 1348-8570. Ruhlen, Merritt. 1995 B. A Note on Amerind Pronouns. Mother Tongue Newsletter of the Association for the Study of Language in Prehistory. March 1995, 24, 60-61. OCLC, 353155526. Ruhlen, Merritt. 1995 C. Proto-Amerind QETS Left Hand. Mother Tongue Newsletter of the Association for the Study of Language in Prehistory. March 1995, 24, 69-70. OCLC, 353155526. Ruhlen, Merritt. 1995 D. On the Origin of the Amerind Pronominal Pattern. In Chen, Matthew Whiteson, Ovid JLEDS, in honor of William S. Y. Wang. Taipei, Pyramid Press. 405-407. ISBN 957-9268-55X. Ruhlen, Merritt 1995 E. Worldwide Analysis of Genetic and Linguistic Relationships of Human Populations. Cambridge Archaeological Journal. 5, 265-68. Ruhlen, Merritt 1998a. The origin of the N18 PDF. Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences. 9523, 13994 to 13996. Bibcode 1998 PNAS.95139994R. DOI 10.1073 NAS.95.23.13994. PMC 25007. PMID 981-1914. Ruhlen, Merritt. 1998 B. Dean, Caucasian, A New Linguistic Family. In Omoto, Kiyaki, Tobias, Philip v. eds. The Origins and Past of Modern Humans Towards Reconciliation. Singapore, World Scientific. Ruhlen, Merritt 2004, On the Amarant Origin of the Proto-Algonquian Numeral Suffix a Sieca, in Jones, Martin ed. Traces of Ancestry, Studies in Honor of Colin Renfrew, Cambridge, MacDonald Institute for Archaeological Research, pages 139 to 142, ISBN 978-1-902937-25-0. Salmons, Joseph 1997, Global Etymology as Pre-Copernican Linguistics, California Linguistic Notes, 25-1, Fullerton, Program in Linguistics, California State University, 1, 5-7, 60, ISSN 1548-1484. Ruhlen, Merritt July 2001, Taxonomic Controversies in the 20th Century, in Trabant, Jurgen, Ward, Sean eds, New Essays on the Origin of Language, Mouton de Gruyter, pages 197 to 214, ISBN 978-3-11-01702-5-2. Vajda, Edward J. 2010. Yeniseian, N18, and Historical Linguistics. In J. Carey and B. Potter, eds. The Dean, Yeniseian Connection. Fairbanks, University of Alaska Fairbanks, Department of Anthropology. Anthropological Papers of the University of Alaska, New Series, Volume 5. Pages 100 to 118. Waters, David 2006, Notes on Kusanda Grammar, A Language Isolate of Nepal PDF, Himalayan Linguistics Archive 3, 1 to 182, pages 9, 10, 15, 33, archived from the original PDF on June 22, 2010, retrieved May 2, 2007. Whitehouse, Paul, Usher, Timothy, Ruhlen, Merritt, Wang, William S.Y. April 13, 2004, Kusanda, An Indo-Pacific Language in Nepal, Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, 101-15, United States National Academy of Sciences, 5692 to 5695, Bibcode 2004 PNAS.101.5692W, DOI 10.1073 NAS.04002333101, ISSN 0027-8424, PMC 300 and 97480, PMID 150566764.
Mics on the floor where they drop like bombs. Faceless voices running all the cons. Digital whispers in a binary night. No light, no face, pure sound, no sight. Stories unfold in the dark unscrolled. Echoes of silence, secrets untold. Waves crash loud in this audio cave. No light, no fame, just the sound we crave. Tune in, turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just the vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. voices untamed. No need for spotlight, no claim to fame. Just a beat of life in a stream of thought. Every word a punchline, no need to be taught. Just listen close, no visuals needed. Raw conversation, unprocessed, unseated. Feel the pulse in every sentence said. No distractions, just thoughts in your head. Whispers of the streets, rumbling through. Faceless yet vivid, the world in view. No mic, just souls, connecting in flow. Pure and raw, let the rhythm go. Pure and raw. Pure and raw. Turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just a vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel. Tune in, turn up, let the silence break. Raw, unfiltered, hear the earthquake. No mic needed, just a vibe that's real. Faceless words you can touch and feel.